So let's start with really the first question. And Mike Ablon, this is really, we'll have you start out and then others can chime in as we need to. Why do you think it was necessary for construction to remain an essential business throughout Dallas's response to the pandemic?
Yeah, and with every business, the discussion of what constitutes essential, and again, what I'm going to talk about, don't take it to be every single piece of infrastructure, but generally speaking, if you look at what's essential, I really go back to something very fundamental, which is Maslow's hierarchy of shelter, safety, food, and I'm going to call it education, the fundamentals. When we were articulating that construction and infrastructure was essential, what we were really understanding is that housing, road, water, sewer, these are fundamental pieces of our, not just our economy, but our society and our foundation of every day. And we had to get those, keep those working. You had to work safe, you have to work smart, but we had to keep it going. So in the shorter version, and again, I'm not referring to somebody calling repainting their dining room wall from pink to blue essential. I'm talking about the fundamentals of housing, food, road, water, infrastructure. And that development had to keep going because it's essential for society. So that was our position, was to make sure that within the realm of appropriateness, we articulated why it was essential and keep it moving. Again, safe and smart.
Okay, no, that's a great answer. You know, given what we do on the development side is at Matthews, one thing that I would add to that and why it was not easy, but why it was logical to allow construction to keep on going is that the construction industry of all the other sectors, you look at retail, you look at commercial, we already have a system in place where safety is monitored. PPE is not a acronym that is foreign to the construction industry. We have safety directors on construction sites. So to have one more level of measurement and control was sort of a natural for the construction industry to be able to manage, as opposed to how do you deal with it in a retail store and who's wearing what PPE, and some clerk saying, what's PPE even mean? Well, so for the construction industry, it was logical, in terms of what Mike has just shared, but the extension of having it be monitored and controlled to allow for safety of what is already a controlled and safe and closed environment with safety barriers, et cetera, and access to construction sites. It was sort of a logical place to keep that going forward. So I think it sort of ties into what you said, Mike, in why it would make sense and has made sense to allow it be a safe environment.